Who is Enzo Le Fée? One of the most talked about and promising young midfielders in Europe this season, Enzo Le Fée is a 23-year-old versatile midfielder that currently plays for French side Lorient, who sit 8th in Ligue at the time of recording. Enzo stands at 5'7", meaning he has a low centre of gravity, and combining this with an abundance of technical ability and versatility has resulted in him being one of the most aesthetically pleasing midfielders to watch this season. He has played a wide variety of positions for Lorient in the last couple of seasons, pretty much being utilised in most midfield roles at some stage in his career under former boss Christophe Playstyle and now Enzo Le Fée. He can comfortably play as a left or right-sided number 8, a deep-lying playmaker in a double pivot, or even as a free roaming number 10 behind the striker. Despite playing a majority of his minutes centrally, he has also played 15 games as a wide midfielder, having played on both sides in his previous campaigns under Peslier. However, this season he has predominantly been used as a deep-lying playmaker in a double pivot or as a number 10, where he has been instrumental in not only the initial build-up phase where he drops deep to receive the ball, but also the attacking phase where he likes to drift into the left half space and create goal-scoring opportunities. Despite Enzo turning 23 last week, the French-born midfielder has racked up over 100 first-team appearances for boyhood club Lorient, with his performances this season finally attracting the attention from major clubs across Europe. And it's really easy to see why Le Fée's stocks have risen, with the Frenchman having 9 goal contributions in 23 appearances this season. Just for context, that's the same amount of goals and assists combined as Gabriel Martinelli and Bruno Fernandes, who are both having excellent campaigns for their respective clubs. One of his outstanding factors is his ability to connect the thirds in an unpredictable manner. Due to his low centre of gravity mentioned earlier, he is very press resistant and oftentimes is relied upon to receive the ball under sustained pressure and successfully progress the ball out of dangerous areas, and he certainly isn't shy of putting himself into these types of situations. His decision making in the defensive third is typically excellent, as he's a fantastic reader of anticipating where he needs to be to receive the ball, and as a result his ball progression is a key part in the way Lorient build out from the back. In terms of his progression into the midfield and attacking thirds, Le Fée is an extremely good dribbler and carrier of the ball, and he uses his agility and technical ability to get into the half space where a lot of his chance creation happens. He ranks in the top 5% of midfielders in Europe this season for progressive carrying distance. His diverse range of passing and delivery makes him a serious attacking threat, no matter if he's in the half space or more deep. He has created 2.3 key passes per 90 this season, which for some context is similar to the likes of Bukayo Saka, Paulo Dybala, and better than the likes of Luka Modric and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia respectively. Le Fée has also added goals to his game this season, with his 4 league goals ranking him third in the Lorient squad for goals scored. The 2 players that rank above him are Terem Meffi and Dango Ouattara, who both left the club in the January window, with moves to Nice and Bournemouth respectively. Enzo's 4 league goals have come from an XG of just 2.23, with 3 of his 4 goals coming from shots outside the box, which is the same as James Maddison and Lionel Messi. With Lorient losing 2 of the top goal scorers this season, it was important for them to bring in adequate replacements in January, and I don't think they've done that. They brought in Romain Favre on loan from Lyon, and although I actually really rate him, he actually hasn't really played much football at all recently, only playing around 450 minutes this season, and with his last goal being in April of last year, he can't really be expected to just come in and replicate the goal scoring numbers of Terem Meffi. They additionally brought in Marseille's Bamba Dieng, who has struggled for game time and as a result has only scored 2 goals in all comps this season. So with that being said, all eyes will be on Enzo Le Fée to provide the goal scoring opportunities in the back end of the season. So despite having the key abilities and numbers of that of an elite number 10 in terms of his technical ability and chance creation, he also gets stuck in defensively with over 4.4 tackles and interceptions per 90. Just for some more context, that's more than Leeds United's Patrick Strauch and Brighton's Moses Caicedo, who rank 3rd and 5th respectively in the Premier League this season for most tackles completed. Enzo is slowly developing into an all-round midfielder, and his versatility and current skill set means he can easily fit into so many of the big teams' philosophies, and I think it's inevitable that the 23-year-old moves on in the summer. In terms of clubs that should sign him, I think literally anyone will be lucky to have him. I think a team that could be a good stepping stone in the Premier League is Leicester City. I think he'd be a perfect Yuri Tielemans replacement, who's no doubt going to leave on a free at the end of the season. The Foxes usually like dipping into the French League too, as they've signed at least 1 player from Ligue 1 in the last 4 consecutive years, bringing in the likes of Wout Faz, Boubakary Soumaré, Wesley Fofana and the aforementioned Yuri Tielemans. If Enzo replicates his fine form going into the second half of the season, it really is hard to see him staying in Western France this time next year.